Hello, friends. It's Captain Shane, or should I say Chief Pilot Shane. I got a promotion, so I am now the hub manager slash chief pilot of the Hamilton, Ontario hub for UPS Virtual Air Cargo. So this is a promotion for me, a big one. So I'm in charge of all the pilots here at this hub. It's a pretty small hub, so this is kind of an introductory kind of level of supervision for our airline, but I'm excited about it because I feel like this is a hub that's been neglected and really hasn't been highlighted very much. When I say neglected, I don't mean like people have been mistreated. No, it hasn't been given the attention that it deserves and the management that it could get. So I'm looking forward to getting our pilots active again, getting more aircraft relocated up here. I flew 2 MD-11s in from Louisville here, so we would have some MD-11s on site. And I'm gonna do my first departure out of here today, because both of mine were arrivals, and I jump seated back to grab another one. So this will be my first time flying out of this airport and going to another airport I've never been to, Montreal. All right, let's fire this up. So let's do our checklist here. So electronic flight bag is already on. Let's get some power on the jet.
Autopilot.
Release the parking brake. Got the landing gear handle. Make sure that's set. And let's get some lights on in here. You know, it's funny, these knobs, these light knobs are the exact same light knobs that we have on the not MD-11, the C-17. I used to work on C-17s, and the cockpit lighting knobs are identical to these. McDonnell Douglas stuff, right? Smart cars. All right, here we go. Fire that up. November 254, Uniform Papa is the jet we're flying tonight. We're going to be flying online, and this is our routing. Oh, I guess it didn't take. Let me grab it from SimBrief real quick. Let's see here. Throw that in there. That over there. Do some engine fire tests. So I'm pretty sure this airport doesn't have any like instrument departures, which is different for me.
Engine 2 fire. Engine 3 fire.
We'll have to look at
Overspeed.
a little bit more. Kind of wrap my mind around that.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
IRS hydraulic pressure test enabled. Emergency power, logo lights, no smoking signs. Standby ADI. Takeoff warning.
Flat.
2 and 3. Oh, thanks a lot, Nanny Ray. I appreciate it.
Flat.
EIS panel. Yeah, a new opportunity here. Do something new. At a very far away place. That's just deep into Canada where I'm not familiar with it. So I'm going to have to learn how this airport works and how things are done here. But I'm looking forward to it. Management is management, though. I know how to lead people. So that's what I'm here to do. Alright, so we got a flight plan here tonight. Bring that over. Okay, cost index 106. So fuel 16. Alright, let's do this. The payload tonight is 170. That's heavy. Wow. 172. What are they doing over here at Hamilton? Block fuel 40,000. Taxi fuel 2,000. Trip fuel. Let's make it 18,000. I'm gonna add a little bit extra there. Okay. Initialize IRS. And we're going to YHM to Montreal. YMX. And our alternate tonight is McDonald Cartier in Ottawa. CYOW. Cost index 106. Cruise altitude tonight is going to be 370. Okay. And temperature offset +5, so let's go -52. And we're going to have a 36 knot tailwind component tonight. Okay. Flight number is UPS 2005. Alright, that looks good. That looks good. Let's go flight plan. So, let's take a look at the flight plan here, because this one's a little interesting. The weather here tonight is the wind is at 220 at 11. And quite honestly, I think that favors a different runway, right? Well, honestly, no, it doesn't, because the wind is coming from 220. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was gonna say maybe we can use runway 12, but that's gonna give us a tailwind component, which honestly, I think we can get away with. So, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. We're gonna switch over to runway 12, and we'll take a slight tailwind component, what's well within our limits, and that'll be more direct flying for us. And do we have any departures that we can use? Yeah, basically this guy, right? The Hamilton 9 departure. Let's see. Runway 12. Climb. ZHM NDB track 117 at 3000. Expect radar vectors to sign route. Okay, well, we'll do that. Not much to that one. Okay. And then we'll talk about arrivals into Montreal once we're airborne. Well, this is a very straightforward departure here. So for taxi, I think what we're going to do is we're going to push back and go this way. Hang a left on Charlie. Take Charlie and get on the runway and go all the way down. And then we're going to... well, so back taxi, and then we're going to turn around and take off. That's what we're going to do. Cool. So, standard instrument departure, it's going to be runway 12 on the CYHM 9. Insert. Let's put that on plan, and there it is. Exactly like it said. 3,000 feet, and then vectors as follows. And then for the flight plan, we've got directed Durot. D-U-R-O-T. All of this is brand new to me, guys. I don't even know what any of this is. UKPAG. So U-K-P-A-G. Sanin. S-A-N-I-N. Miglo. M-I-G-L-O. And then we have an airway. The Q955. So Q955. Going to MITIG. M-I-T-I-G. Insert that. And then from there, it's looking like it wants us to go direct to the airport. And then we're just going to do runway 24. If there's an ILS, I prefer it. There we go. And tell you what, let's do a little bit of quick planning here. We definitely want the ILS runway 24. We're coming in from MITIG, so I'm thinking we want to pick up the ILS 24 from the Inaugural transition right there. So we're going to select that. Cool. And then we'll brief that as we get closer. But now I kind of know what to put in here and what to expect. So Inara, insert. And essentially we can just connect the dots here. Boom. Easy. So that's in. 463, so let's go flex 45. Flaps 15 as always for these 400,000 gross weights. Slope is good, and we have a +2 tail knot, tail weight component. Temperature 6 degrees, a lot colder tonight than last night. Okay, 6 degrees Celsius. 135, 151, 163. Alright. So FMC is set. Let's go fuel quantity, validate this. Fuel quantity looks okay. FMC is set. Flap takeoff selector, flaps 15. FCP airspeed, 245, so we'll leave 250. FCP heading. Let's go back and take a look at our departure here. Looks like we're going to fly heading 117. So let's put 117 in here. We'll take it right up to 370. Altimeters. Weather here, 3008. 3008. Set and cross-checked. .3008. Auto brakes. Take off. Okay. The cockpit preparation checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and do our status page. The engine. APU. I'm going to start that now. Doors and windows. Let's close them up. We'll check that there. Aux hydraulic pump 1. Set the parking brake. And while all that's spooling up, I'm going to go ahead and get my desk set up for this. Okay. All right. I think we're all set here. Okay. All right, let's continue on. APU power on, external power off. Parking brake is set. Wheel chocks and ground power unit pulled. Beacon light on. APU bleed on. Ignition 1. Push and start.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
This could be kind of a tight. It's a tight one. So there, and then we'll have them push back to. Oof. Yeah, that's that's a strut buster right there.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, so let's get some radio stuff set up. So the CTAF frequency here is 125.0. Alright. Hamilton traffic UPS 2005 heavy. Push and start at the cargo ramp, tail facing west.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, clear to connect.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Okay. Alright, crew, clear for engine start. Let's do it. Starting engine 3. Button out, light on. Rotation in 2. Oil pressure's on the rise. %, fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. %, button in, light out. Starting 1. Button out, light on. And 2, oil pressure. Okay, fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Alright, button in, light out. Okay. Starting 2. Button out, light on. And 2. Alright, oil pressure's good. Fuel on. Okay, button in, light out. Get started on all 3 engines.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set. Alright, wing and engine
Disconnecting
antis.
tow.
Not
Stand by.
required. APU bleed. Off. APU off. Alright, let's go ahead and set flaps. Armor speed brakes. Alright, flaps and slats. Flaps 15 set. Spoilers are armed. Speed brake. Step trim. Okay, step trim set 5.8. Aircraft nose up. Takeoff data. B1 135. BR 151. Rotate at 151. Sorry. And V2 163. 173 is the V2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, man. See you later. Alright, takeoff brief. As discussed, we're going to be using runway 12 with a 2-knot tailwind. Climbing straight ahead till 3,000 feet and then as filed. Engine failure at or above. B1 will continue. At or below will stop on the runway and taxi back to this stand if possible. Transponder. Alright, nose light. Status page. Big. Taxi clearance. Hamilton traffic UPS 2005, taxi to runway 12 via Charlie, back taxi 30, Hamilton. Alright, let's go. Parking brake release, let's do this, guys. Alright, noticeable steering checks left and right. Brakes checked. Alright, so we got kind of a weird taxi here. Again, I'm going to show it to you. We're currently here. And we're going to make the left on Charlie and back taxi down 30 and turn around at 12 and then take off. Alright, let's do flight controls. Ailerons left, 3 green. Ailerons right, 3 green. Elevator up, 2 green. Elevator down, 2 green. And I've already checked the rudder. Flight controls are checked free and clear. Okay, taxiway Charlie has come up here on the left. Alright, and there's another runway we're going to cross up here, which I believe is runway 24. I don't know how often it's used, though. Seems pretty small. Okay, check left, clear, check right, clear, crossing. Yeah, I don't believe this runway here is big enough for an MD-11. Wow, let's look at that, actually. It's 6,000 feet? No. No, I would not want to operate off that runway. I think it's going to be fun operating out of this airport in the wintertime when it's really cold. I don't have a lot of cold weather flying experience in this game, so I think it'll be kind of cool. No pun intended, it's kind of cool, get it? Alright, clear on the right, clear on the left. Alright, this is runway 30. We're going to get on this and back taxi all the way down to the end of it. Let's give it a little bit of power to speed us up here. All right, before takeoff checklist, engine. EAD is check green box. Exterior lights, let's go ahead and get everything on now. We're on the active runway. Radar switch, we can go ahead and turn that on now. Alright. I'm gonna start moving over to the right side of the runway because we're gonna have to do a 180-degree turn here. There's a little bit of overrun over there at the end of the runway to allow for that. You see that little blue area there? That's gave us some more room to turn. Alright, on the brakes. Here we go. Bit of power on the number 3 engine to help turn us. Nice. Okay. Profile. Nav armed. Runway heading is 117. Alright, crew. Are we ready? Hamilton traffic, UPS 2005, departing runway 12, Hamilton. Alright, takeoff clearance is good. Let's go ahead and do this. First departure, guys. First flight out of Hamilton. Here we go. Power's coming up. Okay, there we go. Stabilized. Auto flight. Takeoff thrust. Here we go. Crosswind correction to the right. Got a little bit of wind on the right hand side. Airspeed's live. 80 knots. Clamp. B1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Cool. Okay, pitching for 173. Climb thrust, push your nose down. Alright, let's go direct to Durat. Nav.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, there's climb thrust. Correction, that is our acceleration altitude. Alright, speed checks. Flaps track. Speed check, slats retract. Alright, so that was our first departure out of Hamilton. That was pretty fun. I like the back taxiing on the runway. That's something I don't normally do.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, I'm flying by hand here. Looking for 250 on the pitch. 50 pitch with climb thrust. Or cruise thrust. That's our airport back there. Alright, after takeoff checklist, let's run that now. Landing gears up, lights out. Spoiler handle disarmed. Auto brakes off. Flaps and slats are off. Flap takeoff selector. Flaps 15. EAD is check no alerts. And we'll do autopilot engaged. Okay, autopilot has it. Exterior lights. And waiting on altimeters.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, let's take a look at VATS and radar, see if there's anybody else out here besides us. Does not appear to be the case. Some random aircraft, but... Oh, that's why. Okay, so we're going to Montreal, but we're not going to the main Montreal. We're going to some Podunk Montreal airport. Oh. Well, that explains a lot. Okay. Huh. That's why I was like, why is there no instrument arrival or standard arrival into Montreal? But it's not the main Montreal. It's like a back country one. Wow, there's actually ATC on in Canada tonight. That's cool. Alright, coming left. That place is jumping. So what I need to figure out now is where the heck do I park at this airport? CYUL. CYMX. Mirabel. Alright, here we go. I found it. Okay, Neil, that helps a lot. So I can see that now. It's a cargo airport kind of thing, and then YUL would be the Montreal that I'm thinking of. So I'm looking at the photos of this airport now, and I see where the UPS parking's at. All right, UPS and FedEx. Wow, that's unfortunately a really crappy taxi. Okay, so let me show you guys where we're gonna be parking tonight. I was on my phone, on my iPhone, looking at a satellite photo of this Mirabel airport, and I see the UPS tails on the ground there. So if we go look at this airport here, we're gonna be landing on runway 24, but we're parking over here, like right over here. So we'll look for a Bravo 6 rollout, or if not, we'll just you know what? I think we'll just do a minimum auto brakes. We'll do reverse idle, and we'll just coast down to the end of the runway, full length rollout. And save time on the taxi. All right, 18,000 feet. Let's go altimeter standard and after takeoff checklist complete. Alright, we'll turn some jams back on now. You know, one of the airports I was going to fly to tonight was going to be in Nova Scotia. But I decided not to because it would be almost a 2-hour flight and I just didn't feel like doing that. It's kind of late for me, so get one in. So, first impressions of this Hamilton airport. I've flown in there twice now, and both of my landings were fantastic. So, when you're landing on runway 30, it slopes up, okay? So as you're flaring, it's like the runway comes up to meet you, and I've been able to time it really good. Both of my landings on runway 30 were like less than 100 feet per minute, really good. So I like it. All right, coming right. Yeah, I love. Hey, I love the runway slopes in the X-plane. There's one runway in particular that I always think of. It's runway 8 at Denver. It's got this huge drop off, like halfway down the runway. I call it the catapult launch because, like, you get air and you're almost at your rotate speed. I flew at 757 out of there a couple months ago, and I went off that catapult, like where the runway slopes down, and I just got airborne and I just kept going. It's pretty fun. So the runway gradients and slopes in this game are definitely there. Oh, on my here, I'll show you. At my virtual airline, they use Discord for communication, and they had an announcement, and they said I am announcing an opening for a chief pilot position. Experience welcome and not required. And they said if you're interested, contact this guy Tony. And I contacted them. I interviewed, and they gave me the job. It's about a week ago. So this Hamilton hub is pretty small. There's only like 15 pilots assigned to it, and it's kind of far away. It's tucked away in Canada. But I don't think they've had a consistent manager here for a while who's been, I think the guy that was running it was on extended leave, and they were looking to replace him permanently, so I thought I would give it a shot. They also gave me maybe the option for like another hub. I don't want to say which one, as an assistant chief pilot. But I said, no, I'd like to run this one because I think it's small enough that I can still do a lot of work and kind of get used to how they do stuff here. But I can probably make an impact and maybe recruit some pilots to this place, especially here from YouTube. There's a lot of people that watch my videos. If they're looking at going to a virtual airline, they can come over and they can fly with me at Hamilton. And just because you're assigned to Hamilton does not mean you have to fly exclusively in and out of Hamilton. You can fly anywhere in the route network anytime you want. I could go back to Ontario and fly anytime. So I'm not required to only fly out of Hamilton. I primarily would like to because that's where I'm based. I'm just in charge of the pilots at that hub. That's all. The pilots and the planes that are assigned to that hub. So strictly in charge of the planes and pilots assigned to Hamilton, Ontario. No, it was more of an interview with that guy Tony, who's I think he's like the head HR guy. It's his position, and he basically asked for what my my virtual flying experience was, because this is fake. And then he asked about what I do for work on the civilian or for real world work, and I happen to be in supervision in aviation stuff. That's my real world job too. So once I told him what I did, he's like, oh geez, okay, yeah, you're just exactly the kind of person that we're looking for here, because you manage people in an aviation field for real, so doing it virtually should be very easy for you. And I've been doing virtual airline flying for 20 years almost. 1,000 ago. Alright, I'll be right back. Crew, I gotta go make sure my daughter's asleep. My kids are in bed and all that. Be right back. Alright, what'd I miss? Okay, we leveled off? Oh yeah. Oh, jeez. Top of the descent's already in 60 something miles. We need to start briefing this. Alright. So we got about 7-8 minutes to talk about our arrival. Let's go start approach and descent checklist. Okay, landing data. So 162 approach speed on flaps 35, 12,000 foot runway. Absolutely no problem with that. And we're gonna do a full length rollout here. So nothing to even discuss with that. Okay, let's get up the approach chart. Again, for landing data stuff. Landing on runway 24. And let's check the weather. Okay, wind is 230 at 8, gusting to 15. So we need to add some gust additive here. So 7, let's add 4 knots to our approach speed. Let's go 166. That's a that's a little fast. I'm not gonna lie, that's about as fast as you're gonna get in an MD-11. Hey Lex Wolf. Nice to see you, man. We're gonna be landing in Montreal here in about 30 minutes. Doing my new job here as the chief pilot for the Hamilton hub in Ontario. Thank you, Lex. If you want, later on, as you have time in your day, you can go back and watch this thing, and you can fast forward to the landing to see how I do there. If you want. Alright, so I've added the gust additive. So 166 approach speed. That's a lot faster, but I'm still okay with that because we're going to roll out all the way. And we're going to do the ILS 24 approach. So from Meetig, we're going to go to Inaugural, which is our initial approach fix at 210 knots. Hard left turn at odd gusts, and then straight in from there. We should be at about 3,000 feet at odd gusts, and then we'll pick up the 3-degree glide slope at Durgo. Runway visual range is 1/2 statute mile visibility. Decision altitude 439 Barrow. Missed approach climb to 3,000, heading 240, which is the runway approach course. And left turn direct to the YUL VOR, which is Montreal VOR, and hold. The MSA is 3,000 feet from our direction of flight. A very straightforward ILS, nothing crazy going on here. So 3,000 MSA, and the minimums 439 Barrow. Okay. The approach briefing is performed. Radar. Windshield anti-ice not required. No precipitation noted. Decision height 439 Barrow. Okay. Seatbelt signs are on. All right. We're ready for descent. Yep. Shout out to all of our frogs in the audience. Am I a nerd that I know every single one of these buttons on this overhead and what they do? I think so. I think that's pretty nerdy, huh? Oh well. Alright, how we doing on top of the scent here? 23 to go. Man, real shame we didn't fly over to Nova Scotia tonight like I was thinking about doing. We would have had some ATC going to Boston Center at least before we got there. Ah, maybe that's what it is. Yep. And you know, it also is funny is that looking at a lot of these switches and stuff, it's like the same stuff that I used to work on with the C17 when I used to work on C17s. Like this hydraulic panel is very, very similar to the C17. The only difference is the C17 has pressure readouts up here, whereas on the MD11, the only way you can read the hydraulic system pressure is to go to this synoptic right here. On the C17, you kind of have this up on the overhead to include the reservoir quantities and temperatures are up on the overhead. So, but other than that, it's very similar stuff. Like even the way that the system works, like the hydraulic system controllers and the pumps and the RMPs, we have that stuff on the C17. Same knobs and buttons even. Alright, top of the scent's coming up. It's getting a little weird here. The FMC seems to be struggling with what to do. I've seen that before in Canada for whatever reason. Maybe it's because we're so far north. I don't know. Yeah, I know what it's trying to tell me. So we're gonna go ahead and start resetting the altitude down right now. We'll take it down to 10,000 feet initially. Speed's getting a little high here. I think our tailwind's coming out. That's what it is. Look at that. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna put some speed brake out here because we're getting a little fast. Yeah, we're getting a little close to those barber poles there. Let's slow her down. Alright, speed brake retract. It's just because I think what it was our tailwind additive was we're losing our tailwind, so. Alright, we are descending. interesting. Alright, descending through 10,000. Alright, let's get another read of that weather again. So 230 at 8, gusting 15, 25 statute miles visibility, broken at 5,200, temperature 8, dew point 3, altimeter 2990. Alright, add drag. Big brakes extend. Alright, that's 20,000 feet, flight level 200. Okay. There's 16,000. A little bit fast. I'm gonna let the FMC try to get. Never mind. Can't do it. Big brakes extend. Alright. Big drag. So, sometimes you get a little fast here, right? So 347 is what it's trying to keep. But if it needs to descend faster to stay on the profile than what it can manage on its own, it will tell you that it needs you to add some drag, right? And if it's getting too slow, it will use thrust, right? To maintain the airspeed. That's why you see the throttle, the engine's spooling up right now. It's trying to maintain that airspeed, and it's going to use thrust to do it, if it needs to. Okay, we should be able to see the airport here pretty soon. Up to our... like 11 o'clock. That's Montreal Airport right there. YUL. And there's actually a Delta Airlines pilot over there right now. So, there's our airport right there. Look. Oh, I just saw it. It's in the clouds. I saw it over there. All right. I'm gonna throw some speed brakes out here because we need to slow down quickly. Oh, altimeters. Yeah, I blew right through that. 2909 0.
Altitude.
Thousand to go. All right. I'm slowing it down. There's our airport over there. All right, let's go. Slots extend. All right, let's go ahead and start down again. Reset altitude 3,000 feet. Speed brakes are retracted. All right, Neil, what'd you say here? Disclose how much the raise you'll receive when you receive. You know what? I don't even know. Because they actually do have some sort of digital currency on the website. I just don't really care. You don't need it. I do it for the clout, my dude. I don't need the money. I like the management. Alright, so we're gonna be over there, I think. Parking over there somewhere. Oh, look at all the lights down there in all the lights over there in Montreal. That's somewhere I've never been in. Wow, look at that place. What the heck? Whoa! That thing's lit up a little nice and pretty, huh? Yeah, this is YUL. The Montreal dot we were going to. That's that. And then we're going to the Podunk one over here in Mirabel. It's the bootleg Montreal airport. Okay, 216 thrust. Let's start slowing her down. that's gonna start getting a bit slow for us, and you'll see as we decelerate, our pitch is gonna start increasing. Once we get to about 7 degrees nose up, I'll probably go ahead and put out the flaps 15 because I don't like flying that steep. It's kind of a lot of AOA there. Alright, let's go flaps 15. Wow, a little bumpy here. A lot of turbulence. Yeah, really bumpy here. Alright, let's turn this music off. I need to focus now. Okay, I got. So we can keep the. And I got. Rain on the left. Okay. On the right. I gotta say the scenery out here at night in Montreal is incredible. Look at that. Definitely has that urban feel to it. All those lights out there. What a cool place. And meanwhile, over here it's all dark. Alright, coming around.
Stabilize your motion. Altitude.
8,000 to go. Let's go ahead and arm approach and landing. Let's go flaps 28. I'm gonna go gear down as well because we're kind of tight in here. Gear down. Speed brakes armed. Auto brakes minimum. Landing gear's not down yet. Okay, landing gear down 4 green. Spoiler handles arms. Auto brakes minimum. Flaps and slats.
Stabilizer motion.
Let's go flaps 35.
Stabilizer motion.
Flaps 35 set. Altimeter's cross check 29990. EID is check green box. Landing clearance. Crap. I need to do that. YMX. Nope, never mind. We'll just do it on Unicom then. Oh, 119.10.
Stabilizer motion.
Oh, localizer capture. Mirable traffic UPS 2005 on the ILS 24 approach. Mirable. Okay, glide slope and localizer are captured. Missed approach altitude is 3,000. That's set.
2,500.
Alright, I think I'll take it from here. Okay.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
My aircraft. Approach speed 166 for the gust. See the wind gusts on the airspeed there? That's why we have the additive in there. Okay, we're a little high. I'm correcting. Back on glide slope. Getting way fast here, slowing her down. There we go. Still high, still high. Okay, back on glide slope. Man, this thing just does not want to get down.
500. 400.
It's the wind. It's a little gusty for sure.
300. Approaching minimum. 200. Minimum.
Landing. Okay, reverse idle. Okay. Full length rollout. Full length rollout. Okay, manual braking. Alright. Reversers, normal. I feel gusty. Alright, we're gonna take this last exit here. I'm on the brakes. Yeah, so we did a full length rollout because I want to cut down on the taxi time. We could have exited way sooner than this, but we can stay faster on the runway than we can on a taxiway. There we go. Gotta slow down, coming right. Naval traffic UPS 2005 is clear, runway 24, taxi cargo ramp. Okay, well, we're here. Now, where the heck do I go? Alright, let's tell you what. Let's stop here for a second so I get my bearings. Let's do the after landing checklist. Alright. Spoiler handle up, retract. Flaps and slats are up. Auto brakes off. Radar switch off. Landing light off. Runway turn off. High intensity lights. Engine anti-ice not on. APU started. Alright. And now we're going to press forward straight ahead. Taxiway India. So we're on Kilo right now. And I want India, which is right there. Okay. I have the chart up on my right. So this India on the left. That's the turn here. And stab trim. We'll start setting it. Okay, now we're going to stay on this for a while, go past the tower on the right, and then we're going to make a right turn on taxiway Foxtrot, and that'll take us to the cargo ramp. Alright, is this taxiway Foxtrot coming up here? I kind of feel like it would be, right? It's not marked, but I think it is. Oh, no. Okay, it's over there. Oh, okay. Nope. Alright, coming up, turn. Alright, this is Foxtrot right here. Cargo. Oh, look at that. Cargo. Okay. This doesn't say Foxtrot, but it says cargo. There we go. Alright, here we are, friends. I think we're parking in spot 5 tonight. Alright, let's get slowed down. Taxi light off. We don't want to blind the marshaller. And we're going to start our turn. Marshaller's in sight. Alright. Parking brake set. Okay, parking checklist. Transponder. Off. Fuel switches. Engine anti-ice not on. Wing and shot anti-ice off. Defog off. Emergency power off. Nose light, beacon light off. Little chocks. Parking brake released. Total power on, AP power off. Alright guys, welcome to Montreal, sorta. Marshaller did a decent, okay-ish job getting us on the line tonight. Yeah, actually really good. Look at that. Stopped us right on this spot. That's cool. Well, we are here at Mirabel. Thank you guys for joining me on my inaugural flight as the chief pilot for Hamilton. We're going to stay here overnight and fly this thing back tomorrow or whenever. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So thanks you all for being here. I'll catch you on the next one.